Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nihongo Master podcast. I'm your host Azra, and as part of Season 11's theme of Japanese spring, we're going to look at the ever so famous Hanami culture. This is not only a huge part of spring culture in Japan, but generally Japanese culture as well. So, while we will be diving deeper into what Hanami is in this episode, I'll give a brief introduction. Hanami is an ancient tradition of enjoying the beautiful cherry blossoms, most commonly through a picnic. This is a tradition still practiced to this day, and if you ever find yourself in Japan during spring, you'll soon realize that all the parks and streets with cherry blossom trees are packed with picnic mats. So, if you're interested in this Japanese spring culture, stick around. We'll look at the history and evolution of Hanami culture, how to prep for Hanami, and where you can go in Japan for Hanami. First and foremost, let's define Hanami. Hanami literally translates to flower viewing, and is the activity of having picnic underneath the cherry blossom trees while munching on some snacks and sipping on some alcoholic beverage. While it's all good fun and a great bonding experience, it actually has quite an old history behind it. This blossom viewing activity initially started way back in the Nara period, around 710 to 794, when people in Japan celebrated the arrival of spring with the blooming of the sakuras, that's cherry blossoms in Japanese. It only became a huge festivity when Emperor Saga and the imperial court started throwing picnics and parties, especially for flower viewing, in the Heian period, around 794 to 1185. The other Japanese people picked up this activity rather eagerly, and as the years go by, it became a Japanese tradition where every local celebrates every year. Regardless of social status and hierarchy, from samurais to commoners, all of the people of Japan would go out and celebrate the blooms of these pale pink flowers. And while it started as a local Japanese cultural event to observe the symbolic sakura during the short but beautiful blooming period, it is now a not-to-be-missed tradition of spring in the land of the rising sun, regardless of race, religion, and background. You'll see a group of Nihonjin, Japanese people, as well as Gaikokujin, foreigners, under the blooming sakura trees with picnic mats and cans of alcoholic beverages. But what's even more amazing is that in recent years, these groups start to intermingle and socialize with each other. Who would have thought that the pale pink blossoms would bring people together when any other occasion wouldn't be able to? Here's a quick vocab recap. Hanami literally translates to flower viewing, but it's the practice of picnicking under the cherry blossoms. Sakura, cherry blossoms. Nihonjin, Japanese people. Gaikokujin, foreigners. Now this Hanami culture is extremely present to this very day. So this begs the question, how does one Hanami? Hanami is a social event, so while you can definitely have just one person having a picnic under a sakura tree, it's better with a bunch of people at once. Locals make parties just for the event, and with every party, there has to be some sort of preparation. With that said, you can't come to a Hanami empty-handed. There has to be a picnic mat, and depending on the size of your group, you can get bigger or smaller ones. Yakuenya, 100 yen shops, sell them, so you can easily get them for cheap. And then you have to have alcohol, or sake in Japanese. Most people bring their own alcohol to Hanami parties, and they can be bought at supermarkets or convenience stores. Some opt for chuhai, an abbreviation of shochu highball, which are canned drinks you can easily get in various flavors, from fruity ones like lychee and peach to cream soda. Of course, you've got to bring some snacks to soak up all the alcohol. Traditionally, boxed bentos, or packed lunchbox, are often the choice of food for this occasion. During this time of the year, lots of supermarkets, convenience stores, and other food shops will offer bento boxes, so you can grab some of them for your Hanami party. You might want to have some disposable cups, plates, and utensils, since it is a party after all. Oh, and also grab some garbage bags too, for when you're done with your party and have to clean up. Now for a quick vocab recap. Sake, alcohol. 100 yen, 100 yen shops you can easily find everywhere in Japan. Konbini, convenience stores. Chuhai, an abbreviation of shochu highball, which are Japanese canned drinks of various flavors. By the way, if you haven't checked out our official website yet, why not give it a browse? At Nihongo Master, we offer efficient Japanese lessons that are quick, easy, and fun for Japanese language learners of all levels, from beginners to advanced. Our smart tools will assist you in areas where you need a little bit of a push, and congratulate you on the ones you've aced. With a community of over 50,000 Japanese students, you're not alone on your learning journey. Make new friends and improve together with our point system, collecting points as you go along. Ask away any questions you have on our group discussion pages. There's sure to be others as well as our Japanese instructors that are quick to answer. You can also take Nihongo Master with you on the go and learn Japanese as you trot the globe. Practical, right? Now you know what Hanami is and how to host a Hanami party. The question is then, where is the best place to take part in Hanami? The short and simple answer is anywhere in Japan. The country is flooded with cherry blossom trees, so many that you'll come across at least a few on just your walk from your accommodation to the station. But if you're looking for the ultimate Hanami experience, there are a few go-to locations for the all-out Hanami culture. Tokyo gets one of the first few blooms in all of Japan, so travelers tend to stop by the capital city when seeking out cherry blossoms. For first-timers of Hanami in Tokyo, get the full atmosphere at Yoyogi Kouen, Ueno Park. It's arguably the best spot to drink till you're drunk from midday while bathing in the pinks of the sakura. It's a huge park in the center of the city. You'll be able to go anywhere from here, maybe to an izakaya or a Japanese pub to continue your drinking adventures. Ueno Park is another one that I highly recommend. It can be quite crowded and overpacked on the weekends, so the best time is on weekdays to have a bit of breathing room. The next biggest city in Japan is Osaka, which also has its fair share of awesome Hanami locations. Kill two birds with one stone by heading over to the Osaka Castle Park. Not only will you get your Hanami game on, but you'll also be able to sightsee and visit the famous Osaka Castle. Can a Hanami experience get any better than that? Coming from the biggest sakura enthusiast ever, trust me that you're better off searching for a local park nearby for the most authentic Hanami. My favorite spot in all of Japan is a small river, or kawa, just by my house, with walking paths next to the stream and cherry blossom trees lining the whole stretch. Now for a quick vocab recap. Kouen, park. Izakaya, Japanese pub. Kawa, river. The Hanami culture is one that's significant in the Japanese culture, and also a tradition that's not going anywhere anytime soon. Sakuras are not only beautiful, they are a symbol of life as well as a celebration that brings people together. Even if you're not in Japan and there's a sakura spot in your country, will you be practicing the tradition of Hanami? Tell us your thoughts by commenting on our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, head over to Nihongo Master blog if you're interested in reading up on topics like these some more. Oh, and one more thing. Nihongo Master has a Tour of Japan campaign where we'll be bringing you information and fun facts of the various parts of the country. We kicked it off with the Kanto region at the start of the year, and this month we started with Chubu. Check out our social media platforms and website for more. Also, if you're keen on picking up some more Japanese for yourself, pop onto our official website, nihongomaster.com, to learn more. While you're at it, why not get yourself a subscription? Get a head start on your Nihongo journey with Nihongo Master. And thank you so much for listening in. Join me in the next one where I'll be walking down the avenue of Japan's rich culture. Mata ne!